Greater the economy, greater is the power of the nation. Good morning. Today's my lecture topic is economic reforms in India. As economy plays a major role in the development of a nation, and reforms are being needed to shift to one policy to another, as the previous policy or the present policy was not working well. So talking about the mid-20th century, various colonist countries came with the policy of socialist policy or the protectionist policy of Russia, in which the state was controlling the power of the private players in the market, as they had a bad history of private players controlling their countries. So they put a restriction by a state in the market to keep a check on their So talking about the reforms, why they were needed, as the economy was slowly recovering and the stagnation was seen. So during 1991, under the chairmanship of P.V. Narasimha Rao, we came up with a policy of LPG, that is liberalization, privatization and globalization, as it is necessary to reform the market from closed to the open. First one is liberalization. Talking about the liberalization, in this the government control was reduced. The finance sector was reformed, as the role of the RBI was changed from the controller to facilitator. It involves the foreign exchange, so that the country got the dollars to purchase or to import the raw materials from outside. And this liberalization focus on making policies less restrictive. Talking about the privatization, in this the sector, any sector was firstly handled by public or the government, but now as there were less money to maintain this sector, the government sell their shares, so that private players can come and can invest their money for the development of that sector. Privatization is also known as disinvestment of their shares, so that private players can come and easily help them in the development. Globalization, as the markets were open to the other players or the foreign players too, it allows the investment in the countries and help in the development of a country, host country. So talking about the benefits of these reforms, first is it increased the business opportunity in the host country. Talking about the other, that it helps in replacement of the license Raj, as the control was shifted to the private players and the control of government was decreased. Talking about the third factor, that is it helps in increase of GDP. Indian telecom industry was flourished after the reforms. Talking about the second generation reforms, that was 2000 to 2001 onwards, that is petroleum sector or the petroleum sector was opened to the private players too. Reforms such as the control of the financial sector, such as RBI, was maintained. The role was changed from the controller to the facilitator. In the third generation, that is 2002 to 2007, it was committed to the cause of a fully PRI, that is Panchayati Raj institution, to give benefits at the grassroots levels. Masses were included in the development of the nation. So at last, I would like to conclude that the reforms are being needed by the nation, as the demand and the interest do change after some time, and we have to reform our industry, our market players, so that it can help in the development of the nation. Thank you.